In principle, motorbikes may be a viable mode of transportation for everyone on Earth, notwithstanding their unsuitability for everyone. This is due to the fact that in addition to being much simpler to operate than a car, because with the right instruction, riding a motorcycle only slightly more complicated than getting on a bicycle, motorcycles are also far less expensive than their four-wheeled counterparts. The two explanations also explain why motorcycles are available in so many different styles, sizes, and applications that it can be challenging for each of us to choose the right one for our requirements, preferences, and expectations. When looking for a motorcycle, people should take their time reading through the 6 commonly accepted categories because there are so many subtypes and offshoots that exist until something truly intriguing comes along. Setting a price cap is one of the best strategies to reduce the number of options. The offer is nevertheless varied enough to give the rider a lot of options without overwhelming them, regardless of their available budget. The topic of discussion in this video is the top 8 motorcycles under $5,000. Number 8. Honda Rebel 300. When you consider the Minamoto from Honda, the CBR 300R and Rebel 300, as well as the XR 150L, CRF 250F, and several Japanese-made scooters, you get a list of motorcycles under $5,000 that is significantly longer than the Kawasaki list. No fewer than 16 motorcycles are included. When it comes down to it though, there are just 2 Honda motorcycles available with a $5,000 price cap: the Rebel 300 and the CBR 300R. The Rebel is essentially one of the very few cruisers with a bobber attitude you can purchase for such a cheap amount of money, which is why we went with the former. The bike has a 286cc liquid-cooled single-cylinder 4-stroke engine that, although not particularly remarkable, it can't be, not in this size, blends in flawlessly with the Rebel's distinctive blacked-out details and incredibly lightweight. The motorcycle comes with 2 color options: pearl black and nitric orange. For its price range, it has a lot of features like cast aluminum wheels, LED lighting throughout, and a steel rear fender. If you choose the Honda Rebel 300, the whole cost, excluding the destination fee, won't exceed $4,850 if you choose this model. This is rather expensive considering the bike is $600. Number 7. Kawasaki KX 230 RS. One of the most powerful motorcycle manufacturers is Kawasaki, which is also one of the few that has a sizable selection of bikes under $5,000. There are currently 7 models that fit our pricing range, beginning with the Z125 Pro and concluding with the motocross bikes, the Ninja, which was previously below the threshold but recently crossed it. Since the KX 230 RS is the best off-road bike Kawasaki has to offer in this price range, we decided to put it in our list. This is a 2-wheeler game, so you should expect a simple ride with a little motor, but it's still incredibly capable. The KX 230 RS, which is officially classified as a recreational off-road motorcycle, is constructed with a small perimeter frame made of high-tensile steel that houses a 233cc fuel-injected, air-cooled 4-stroke engine in the center. The suspension mechanism is what really sets it apart from the crowd. The machine negotiates bumpy terrain with ease thanks to a 37mm front fork and a uni-track single shock at the back, which work together like a natural fit. In 2024, the price of the Kawasaki KX 230 RS, exclusive of destination and commodities fees, is $4,750, with only one color option available: lime green. But then, one can't really afford to be picky with this amount of money. Number 6. Yamaha V-Star 250. With the aid of dependable products, the Japanese company Yamaha has been a part of the motorbike scene for about 70 years, gradually rising to the top of the field. What else would you call the company's 2-wheeled off-road or supersport vehicle? Perceiving that there remained space for it to enter the premium end of the market, Yamaha fulfilled expectations by making a debut there as well. The V-Star 250 is the ideal illustration of that when it comes to playing the game in the sport heritage category. The V-Star, which debuted in 2001 and eventually replaced the Virago 250 in 2008, offers the appearance of a true sport bike without the burden of a hefty price tag. It is therefore a great first step into motorcycling, the entry-level bike that every rider ought to take into consideration. With a wheelbase of 58.7 inches, 149 centimeter, and a seat height of only 27 inches, 69 centimeter. From the ground, the V-Star appears long and low, making it an ideal choice for beginners. No other motorbike in its class provides the V-twin design of the air-cooled 249cc 60-degree engine. An additional degree of coolness is added to the design by the twin exhaust. In 2024, Yamaha will sell the V-Star 250 for $4,700, which does not, of course, include the $550 destination fee. Number 5. Royal Enfield Bullet 350. One of those motorbike manufacturers that believes they should receive more than they do is Royal Enfield. The organization, which is generally well-liked in several regions of Asia and even Europe, is also present in the United States, where it provides a little something for all kinds of riders, albeit not as well as it would like. There are now 9 motorbike models in the Royal Enfield lineup in the United States. The Shogun, the 10th, is on the way. 4 of them, the Bullet 350, Hunter 350, Classic 350, and Meteor 350, have pricing under $5,000, and all of them are selling for less than $10,000. I chose the Bullet 350 for this list because if I were shopping for a bike at that price point, I would definitely get it. After all, a cheap motorcycle that changed motorcycling? What's not to like? When Royal Enfield uses the aforementioned phrase, it's alluding to the brand's illustrious past. It has existed in the business since 1932. It is also the bike in the industry with the longest continuous production life. The 349cc engine, housed inside a twin down-tube cradle frame, powers the Bullet, one of the biggest engines on this list in the present era. Although it's not the fastest or most powerful engine available, it does the job more than satisfactorily. The Bullet is available from Royal Enfield in 3 different color options: maroon, black gold, and black. The fare will only be $4,699 for any option you select. Number 4. CFF Moto 300 SS. Even while Japanese and Italian manufacturers clearly control the majority of the motorbike market, Chinese-made vehicles are gradually making their way into several international markets, including the United States. One of the companies leading the Asian assault is CF Moto, a Chinese business that has demonstrated in a comparatively short amount of time that it can produce dependable products at a fraction of the price of what others have to offer. Just consider this. How often do you see a sports motorcycle for less than $5,000? That sums up the 300 SS perfectly. It's an aggressive-looking two-wheeler with an integrated frame supported by a rear monoshock and an upside-down front fork. The 292cc single-cylinder, liquid-cooled engine powering the 300 SS produces 29 horsepower and is mated to a 6-speed transmission. Almost exclusively aimed for novice riders who want to trick people into thinking they are riding a far more powerful motorcycle, the CF Moto 300 SS retails for $4,500 in the United States this year, with a $250 freight extra. And considering that this vehicle also has alloy wheels, LED lights, and a lot more bodywork than you would think, on top of the aforementioned features, it's not bad at all. Number 3. KTM 200 Duke. All of the other bike manufacturers listed here are, and have long been, the titans of the industry, with the exception of a select few names. However, it seems that none of them compare to the allure that the Austrians from KTM possess. The iconic orange KTM motorcycles have long been recognized for their performance in major international races, such as Enduro, where the manufacturer has won no fewer than 126 world titles. Some of its models have also developed a cult following. Like the Duke series, this lineup of naked motorcycles now includes at least 8 different versions. The 1390 Super Duke R Evo sits at the top of the lineup, while the 200 Duke, our entry-level model, is at the bottom. Originally designed to be a street-prowling brawler, the motorcycle has a single-cylinder engine that is the most potent 4-stroke found in a vehicle of its kind, producing 26 horsepower when paired with a 6-speed transmission. The bike's frame is supported by 17-inch cast alloy race wheels and upside-down WP forks up front, as is customary with KTMs. This year, the 200 Duke, which can accommodate 2 riders and a passenger, is being sold for $4,200 on the KTM lot. This implies that not even the $425 freight charge is required to push it over the $5,000 mark. Number 2. Blurock Spirit 125. Without a cafe racer, a list of bikes selected based on a variety of qualities would be incomplete. After all, the desire for quick and affordable transportation between different hangout spots gave rise to this particular form of two-wheeled vehicles. There are many cafe racers available in the market today, but it would be difficult to find one that meets our budgetary requirements. As demonstrated by the Blaurock Spirit 125, however, it's not an insurmountable challenge. Given that Blaurock is based in Belgium, a nation not exactly known for producing its own automobiles, though it does so for others, Blaurock may not be a household name among Americans yet, but odds are good that one of its 10 models will eventually become well known here as well. Assuming, naturally, that the business chooses to sell there. And given that the Spirit 125 single-cylinder engine only produces 11 horsepower, it might seem like a modest amount, but considering the bike weighs 115 kilograms, 254 pounds, it should be plenty. The Spirit is currently being sold by this crew over in Europe, where the asking price is £3,000, or roughly $3,800 in US dollars. Number 1. Benelli TNT 135. An Italian motorcycle giant named Benelli has been producing all kinds of bizarre motorbikes and scooters for more than a century and a half. In certain ways, this group produces two-wheelers that are at the top of their game, even though they may not be as well known in the US market as some of the other companies on our list. The TNT 135 is unquestionably the best product in the sub-$5,000 bike category. The motorcycle performs in the nude portion, sort of playing to win, given its explosive moniker. The ride has the only SOHC 4-valve engine in its class and is supported by a steel trellis frame. The unit has a 5-speed transmission and has a displacement of 135 cc. The smaller-than-usual pair of wheels on this bike is one feature that makes it unique in its class. They have sticky tires and measure only 12 inches in diameter. The majority of the rides on this list, including the Benelli TNT 135 as well, were created with young riders in mind. It has a sticker on it that says only $2,700. And it's likely that you'll make the most of every dollar you spend. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for new upcoming videos of motorcycles. Thanks for watching.